All right, so we're diving into generative AI and what it means for business analysis. We're taking this book, Business Analysis with Generative AI, and we're gonna like really break it down.
Yeah, it's really about moving past just the buzzwords and seeing how this is going to actually like revolutionize how we use data to solve problems and make decisions in business.
Totally. I think when people hear generative AI, it can sound kind of like, sci-fi, right? Like robots writing poetry. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Right. But it's a lot bigger than that. It's AI that can create new data based on patterns. It learns images, text, even like predictions about future trends.
Yep.
That's what's really different.
Okay, yeah, that is a total game changer. And this isn't just like way off in the future, is it? The book talks about how business analysis itself has already changed so much.
Absolutely. I mean,
Right.
think about it. We've gone from like doing everything by hand to spreadsheets to super advanced software. And now AI is going to completely change things again.
It's like we're upgrading our tools constantly to get a clearer picture. But how does generative AI actually work with business analysis? The book uses the word synergistic, and I'll be honest, I had to look that one up.
Basically, business analysis gives us the why behind the data. Generative AI gives us the how. They work together.
That actually makes a lot of sense. But let's dive into some specifics about generative AI. The book mentions models and algorithms, and honestly, I got a bit lost there.
It can be complex. One model called a GAN, that's a generative adversarial network. It's like two AIs competing. One tries to create something new, and the other tries to figure out if it's real or fake. And they keep getting better because of that.
So they learn by challenging each other, like constantly trying to outsmart the other one. That's so interesting. And there are these other things, VAEs.
Right, variational autoencoders. It's like, imagine an artist who can take something complex, like a scene, and reduce it down to a few brushstrokes. The VAE finds those essential pieces of information in data.
So it's not just copying, it's like understanding the core idea and then using that to make something new. Wow.
Yeah, exactly. And understanding that core idea is what lets us do cool things like explore different possibilities and make predictions with the data. But even with the best AI, you can't forget about the data itself.
Right. The book talks about that garbage in, garbage out.
Exactly. If the data is bad, the AI can't do much with it. It's like you can't make a good cake with bad ingredients.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So we need good data, and that data can come from different sources, right?
Yeah, of course. Surveys, customer databases, those are all important. But there's also tons of information on social media, online reviews, even data from sensors on devices.
Hmm.
It's all about using the right data for the job.
Like building a house, got to have a solid foundation. So we've talked about what generative AI is, a little bit about how it works, but how about the so what? Where is this actually making a difference?
Well, that's where it gets really interesting because generative AI is already having a big impact on things like market analysis, for example. So instead of just relying on old sales data, imagine being able to tap into what your customers are thinking right now. Generative AI can analyze social media, online reviews, even news articles to see what's trending and what your customers might want next year.
So it's not just about seeing what's popular now, it's like predicting the future of what people will want.
Yeah, exactly. It's like having a crystal ball, but instead of vague ideas, you get real data-driven insights. And think about what this means for developing new products.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be huge for businesses.
You can use generative AI to look at customer preferences, new trends, what your competitors are doing,
Right.
and it can actually generate ideas for products that meet those needs.
Wow. So you're going from brainstorming to having a bunch of potential products all based on data. That's wild. And what about actually understanding individual customers, not just trends? The book talks about making things super personalized.
Right? It's not about just lumping customers into groups anymore. Generative AI can create these detailed profiles for individual customers using their browsing history, what they buy, even their social media.
Okay, so you can really target people with specific stuff they actually want.
Yeah. You can create personalized recommendations, target your marketing really precisely, even potentially predict what they'll buy in the future.
Wow, that does sound amazing, but could it feel a bit creepy for some people? Like knowing a company has that much information about them.
Yeah, the book does talk about that, the ethical side of things. Companies need to be really transparent about how they're using customer data and let people opt out if they want to.
Finding that balance is going to be important so people don't feel like their privacy is being invaded. We've talked about using generative AI for understanding the past, predicting the future, even personalizing things. But what about right now? Can it help my business run better today?
Absolutely. Think about all those tasks that take up a lot of time, like data entry or scheduling. Generative AI can automate a lot of that.
So it's not about replacing people, it's about freeing us up from the boring stuff.
Yeah, let the AI do the repetitive tasks so people can focus on more creative work or strategy. For example, generative AI can even be used to analyze data and predict when equipment might break down.
That's incredible. You could save so much time and money if you knew that ahead of time.
Exactly. And this applies to so many areas. It can optimize pricing, improve supply chains, even personalize employee training programs. The potential is really huge.
Okay, I am convinced this is way more than just a tech trend. It's changing how business works. But, like with anything powerful, we have to talk about the ethics, right? The book mentions some concerns. Yeah, it seems like whenever we talk about AI, we have to talk about the ethics. What are some of the big concerns?
Well, one of the biggest ones is that AI could be used to spread misinformation. We've been talking about how good generative AI is at creating realistic content, but that means it could also be used to create deepfakes or things like that.
That is a scary thought. Like, how do you even know what's real anymore?
Exactly. And then there are questions about intellectual property, like if AI creates something new based on existing work, who owns that?
It's like AI is making us rethink what it even means to be creative or to own an idea. Pretty wild.
Yeah, there are still a lot of legal questions to be answered. And then there's the issue of control. As AI gets more advanced, how do we make sure it's being used responsibly?
Right. We need rules and guidelines to make sure it doesn't become dangerous or biased. So, where do you think this is all headed? What's next for AI and business analysis?
Well, the book talks about something called multimodal AI, which is basically combining different types of AI. So instead of just analyzing text, it could analyze images and sound at the same time.
So, it's like AI is developing its own senses, like being able to see and hear.
Exactly. And imagine what that could do for business. An AI could analyze a product design, customer reviews, and even social media posts to see if it would be successful.
That would be incredible. Any other trends we should be looking out for?
Another big one is AI that can actually come up with new ideas, not just analyze existing ones. AI that could help us innovate and solve problems in ways we haven't even thought of yet.
Wow, it sounds like AI could completely change how we think about innovation. So, with all of this in mind, should business analysts be worried about AI replacing them?
Not at all. It's really about AI augmenting human capabilities, not replacing us. AI can help us be more efficient, find hidden patterns, make better decisions. But at the end of the day, humans are still the ones asking the questions and interpreting the results.
It's like AI is a powerful tool, but we're the ones who need to know how to use it.
Exactly. It's an exciting time to be in business analysis, and I think AI is only going to make the field more interesting and dynamic in the future.
I couldn't agree more. And to our listeners, thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the world of generative AI and business analysis. It's a complex topic, but hopefully we've helped to demystify it a bit and got you thinking about the possibilities. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep your minds open to the incredible potential of AI.